Hey, YouTube! How you like as a blonde? I'm a blonde today. They say blondes have more fun. Well, I'm going to have more fun because, let me tell you, I've had a lot less fun than more fun, and I just need some more fun. So, anyway, I called this video today the Dear YouTube Shrink because I don't feel like making an appointment or paying to see one. I really don't. I've seen plenty of them. I mean, I just like talking. I mean, actually, there have been studies, and I know that typically speaking, women talk more than men, but it's been like researched and stuff like that, where actually talking, even if it's just blah 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 blah, 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 is actually a good thing. It's good to just blob, you know. So that's what I do. Sometimes I just do a video vlog. It's not about anything specific. It's just, this is how I would be talking if I had a friend. And it's so cool because when I'm watching it, it's like I'm talking to myself because I see my reflection. So this is like pure narcissism. Actually, my video vlogs that aren't about other stuff like, shows or whatever I analyze or critique. When I'm not doing that and I'm just video vlogging, I'm being a total narcissist. And I don't really mind, because I mean, I know that I am an empath and these video vlogs are to help me get in touch with my inner narcissist because I need that narcissist to sort of balance me out from the empathic stuff that I'm always feeling. And it really is very difficult for me to process and filter everything that I feel and sense, and my eyes and my ears and everything. Just feelings are just over the top sometimes, and sometimes I just need to video vlog so I can do a narcissistic thing. And I'm looking at myself right now. And it's cool. It's like, oh, that's my shrink, the blonde chick. Yeah, the blonde chick. She's my shrink. That's cool. So I'm going to shrinkinize myself because I need to, and I'm free, so I don't have to make an appointment or or pay for it. So okay, well, it was really just me deciding to stay home today because um like yesterday, which was Friday, was a rough day. It was a rough day. It started out nice, sort of. I mean, well, I guess it had a prelude. Like Thursday was a little bit weird. Thursday, the people who are fixing our bathroom came, and they're making it really nice. I mean, it's really pretty. It really does. It's just night and day beautiful. It really is beautiful. But anyway, so Thursday they got here, and I had to get out of their way because there's a bunch of like construction guys all over the place, and I just get all feeling awkward. Not just being a girl, but just it's a very small place, and the bathroom's really small, and they're in and out and in and out, and I get like nervous about that. Like, I'm just the stupid girl who doesn't know shit about what they're doing and I'm in the way. So I went like running around like a yo-yo on Thursday and wasted a whole bunch of gas in just trying to go somewhere, and I didn't know what the frick I was doing. I didn't know where to go because I already told you, like, I made a video and I don't really, there's not a lot of places to go, especially if you're broke like me. It's like that song, if you ain't got no money, take your broke ass home. Well, I know I ain't got no money, so I want to stay home like forever. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm broke. My broke ass needs to just stay home forever because I'm always going to be fucking broke, and I don't want to go out there anymore. It's not, and even if you have a couple bucks and you think of a place that doesn't cost that much and you want to go out there, there's always something. Like, I mean, I went to go get cigarettes and I turned on the street and I threw one tiny little piece of paper from the cigarette carton out the window, and a cop was trying to give me a freaking ticket about a piece of paper this size that I threw out the window. And then I had to go to court so that I could ask them, like, when do I need to, not court, but like the DMV. I want I wanted a court date. I said, "Can I go to court?" And they were like, "Well, it's not in the system, and you're gonna have to wait to find out, and this and that." And I'm like, I can't believe this shit. Why me? Why? I mean, the things that I see and the things that I've been through and the things I just can't make sense at all about the shit that people do. It just, I, I mean, I just don't understand. And so then, uh, well, going back to Friday. So Friday morning. So Thursday, after they were done, I came home and relaxed. Then Friday, same thing. They were here again to work on the bathroom. So I'm like, shit. So I rushed out and went. I wanted to go to eat breakfast because I seen a commercial for Denny's, and I was like, oh, they have this 2 4 6 8 menu. So if you're broke, I thought, okay, but their Denny's is like an hour away from here. It's a really long drive to get to a Denny's. So I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts, and I just went to Dunkin' Donuts. But I mean, it was kind of cool finding. I did find the Denny's. I mean, it's a really long way away, and then I was just kind of looking around because it was something new to look at, looking around that area, and then um, it was just traffic. I thought, oh man, if I could just hit the highway 75 or 95 or something, just hit the highway so I could just drive. I have a full tank of gas and I'll just hit the highway and just enjoy the driving part. No, I couldn't even get to the highway. It was like bumper to bumper. Everybody and their mother was out there at noon on Friday. And everywhere. It was just everywhere. Everywhere I tried to turn, there was traffic jam. I'm like, what is this? Like, why is everybody driving at noon on Friday? What happened? It made no sense. It made no sense at all. It was just bumper to bumper everywhere I went. And I couldn't enjoy driving. And my car does not like to idle. Then I went to the library. So I thought, oh, let me go relax at the library, right? I'll just, hang out on the computer. That's what I like doing. You think the library is going to be peaceful and quiet? And I went to my favorite library first, mm. And then the voices. Yeah, I hear voices. I'm in the library that I like most, which is the Largo Library. I love the Largo Library. It is the best. I don't care what anybody says. I've never seen a better library than Largo Library. It has everything, and it just has this great vibe and this great atmosphere, and they just have their shit together. I love that freaking library. It is absolutely, in my opinion, the best library in Pinellas County. And it is the model. It is the role model for what a library should be. But as I'm like kind of just, going around and just feeling how much I love that library and the vibe there, I hear these voices in my head. This is the psychosis. This is the nutcase that I am. Then I hear these voices in my head. No, you should go to the other library because this is the Largo Library. You should go to the Clearwater Library. And I can't make an argument against the voices. Like I'm like, why do I have to go? I'm trying. Why do I have to go to because it's Clearwater? Because I'm a Clearwater resident? Because I don't live in Largo, so I can't go to the Largo Library? It doesn't really make sense. That's my favorite library is the Largo Library. I don't really like the Clearwater Library. But then these voices, they're like, but what if you didn't have a car? You'd have to take the bus. And the bus goes straight to the downtown Clearwater Library. So you should go, try to feel the vibe there. Anyway, it's just weird logic stuff like fighting in my head, like voices. So, I get back in my car and I go to the Clearwater Library. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm at the Clearwater Library. And like, it's a nice library. They just built this huge stage thing, this like theater thing. I guess they're gonna have concerts there. It's a really nice library. I mean, I love the architecture. It's in a really great location. I used to work next door when they used to have the Clearwater Marine Aquarium Museum next door, but that's been demolished. It's no longer there. Anything that I work at will eventually disappear. So there will be absolutely no proof of any establishment that I worked at except for Burger King. If Burger King makes it. Besides Burger King, there will be no remnants. The Tampa Tribune building is gone that I used to work at. The Performing Arts Center, which was renamed Straz. I don't even know if that's there anymore. The Time Customer Service gone. Um, um, 24/7 gone. Clearwater Marine Aquarium is still there, but it's changed. The Steak and Shake that I used to work at, gone. The telemarketing place that I used to work at, gone. I'm telling you. I call that the coleslaw effect, but it's not just the coleslaw effect. It's just something about the universe does not want to have any proof of any place that I worked because it's like it says something about the fact that I was a good employee and I decided not to work there. Now it's not all, I mean it's really not all the places. Like Time Customer Service was a wonderful place to work. The Performing Arts Center was my favorite job, even though I only made $5 an hour. I loved that job. It was my absolute favorite job. I mean, I worked at public schools too as a teacher, as a substitute teacher. Are they going to close the schools because I don't work there anymore? I mean, come on, really. It's getting fucking ridiculous. Anyway, so Friday was just like crunchy, because here I am at the library and they have this like little area that could be a bookstore. It's not as big as the bookstore at Largo, at the Largo Library. Um it's not that big, but you know, it could be something. So, and a couple years ago, I went there and I tried to volunteer, and I didn't go through the proper channels. And somebody came to me and was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I was going to volunteer to try to help the bookstore." And I guess she was one of the people who, you know, handled that or whatever. I don't know the names or the faces. I really don't know anybody there. I and she was like, "Well, you have to be authorized." Authorized. All right. So I got crunchy about it and I just said, fuck it. I want to do a good thing and they want to what? Like make me clock in or something, make me wear a uniform. I mean, come on. I don't know how what volunteers means anymore. I clocked in for all of my work years, for my paycheck, but if I'm not getting paid and I'm supposed to go do some altruistic work, volunteer work. I'm not supposed to. I would enjoy it because I like the library. But I mean, with what authorization? I'm here. Use me. I didn't show up just, for you to abuse me. I showed up to be used because I have something to offer. I wouldn't have shown up. Just gets on my nerves. So then I'm like, but mhm, I I swallowed my pride and went to go through the proper channels at a later date because I figured eventually I'll do it her way, but I'm not in the mood for that shit right now. 2 years passed, and that's why I was in the library yesterday, and I went to the librarians at the front. We were chatting nicely. It was actually a nice exchange, and I said, this bookstore I didn't say sucks, but I mean, it does. It sucks. I was like, this bookstore could be so much more. I mean, the Largo Library bookstore is amazing, and we should be loving this bookstore just like they love their bookstore. I mean, I know that the point of the library is to come get free books, but book lovers like me, I mean, I used to go buy stuff from the Largo Library all the time, even though there were plenty of free books I could get. And I get free books sometimes. When I want to return a book, I go for the free books. But sometimes you just want a book for yourself in your own library. You want to say, this is my book. You don't want to return it, you know? Anyway, and so I think the bookstore is a great idea. It's not Barnes and Noble, I mean, but it's just nice. It's nice, and it helps. It benefits the library. They not only do they have a bookstore at the Largo Library, they also have a cafe there. Really great Cuban sandwiches. I mean, they have other stuff too, like salads and all kinds of neat stuff. But coffee, yeah, it's great. You can buy a book. You can borrow a book. You can use the computer. You can go to the cafe. You can make a whole day out of it, really. You know, and this should be what I'm saying. This should be the same vibe, the same atmosphere at the downtown library where they've spent all this money on a theater, for concerts and stuff because they were always having festivals downtown anyway, which it makes sense that they just decided to make a theater. Great, but that's connected to the library. So you have this great architecture of a building. You got this great theater going on now, and you have no cafe, and you have an empty bookstore. So I asked, what are the proper channels of volunteering, and they gave me some number, some lady I was supposed to call, but I'll tell you, I ended up throwing the number away because I got upset because I went upstairs to the computer lab and I had my laptop and they have Wi-Fi and I'm already struggling for some reason. My home Wi-Fi didn't want to allow or something. The library Wi-Fi, all these different Wi-Fis. That drives me insane too. Anyway, this Wi-Fi, that Wi-Fi. So I couldn't connect my computer, so I couldn't do any, of my writing or whatever I wanted to do online. I mean, yeah, they have computers there, but I don't like them because you have only like a set amount of time. You have like an hour. Like, once you put in your library card, you only have like an hour. And then if you walk away from the computer, it's not a great system. I mean, with my own laptop, I can shut the laptop and go to the bathroom, or I can, I can do different things without having to worry about I only have an hour or this is on a public computer. I don't have to worry about those things, with my laptop. Yeah, so I was really just there for the Wi-Fi, but wasn't connecting. I was having technical difficulties, and then the voices again. Not only was it just the voices that I normally hear, but it was like, I don't know. Some people say that people are talking sideways at them, and I don't know if that's true or not because I hear voices all the time. Voices that nobody else hears. So when there's somebody talking sideways or maybe somebody is talking to somebody else, I don't really know, but if the vibe starts coming at me, I take it like it's coming at me. Even if it doesn't, even if they didn't mean, even if they weren't talking to me. That's what I'm feeling as an empath. I feel those words and those vibes are coming at me. So I don't know, if that's what that means, talking sideways or whatever. And then I start going off because I don't know what the fuck it's about. And I start saying all kinds of crazy shit and people are looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with that lunatic? And I'm like, how am I going to explain? How am I going to explain that I'm going to have to go make a YouTube video to get in touch with my inner narcissist because I'm an empath and those vibes were just bugging me the fuck out? How am I going to explain that? Well, I just explained it. See, my inner narcissist just helped me explain that. Life is hard. It was a tough Friday.